Right then, this is a quick walk around video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 2.2 EX diesel. So you can see here, 62 plate car. This car's covered just over 70,000 miles, I think 70,300 from memory. Finished in this really lovely passion red metallic. Looks absolutely fantastic on the car. Just the one private owner from new, and it was a private gentleman, not a company, who's had the car serviced all the way through by the Glyn Hopkin Honda dealership, so very well looked after. It's in really lovely condition too. Lights and lenses, as you can see there, are completely clear. Just come around the front of the car, front bumper's very clean indeed. Likewise, the bonnet itself, hardly a stone chip of any note on there. There will be the odd one, but you have to get a microscope out to see them. And then down the near side first of the car, it's really lovely and clean on the panel work, and all very original as well. Front wing absolutely unmarked. Near side front alloy, again hardly a blemish there at all. And the remaining panel work on this near side, absolutely beautiful. Near side rear alloy, again absolutely pristine. It's not marked at all. Show the panels down the side. They're really good. Coming around the back of the car, got a quick detached tow bar. We've got the keys for those as well to remove it. Got the boot lid itself, beautiful condition, no obvious marks on there at all. And then offside of the vehicle, again very clean and tidy. Offside rear alloy, again without any markings at all. The remaining panel looks absolutely lovely. It's there will be the odd tiny little mark on the car somewhere. It's hard to pick up on everything, so please do bear that in mind. But for the age and mileage, sorry, last alloy again completely unmarked. For the age and mileage of the car, it's in absolutely fantastic condition. And I'd say the colour, videos never really do it justice, unfortunately. Coming to the back of the car now, as you probably already know, absolutely huge boots on these CR-Vs. 60/40 fold, obviously on the rear seats, and just pull a little lever, which is just up there. You've got exactly the same on the other side, and the seats just tumble forward. It's brilliantly designed. Nice to see. Load liner has been specified by the last owner, or the only owner, and obviously that's helped to keep all the carpeted area underneath in absolutely beautiful condition. It is obviously electric tailgate, which works absolutely perfectly. You can do it manually if you want, or there's a button in the car and a button on the key itself. Coming into the back of the car now, both rear door cards in lovely condition. You can see there, absolutely amazing amount of legroom. And bear in mind, I've set those seats for me, and I'm over 6 foot tall. I could make it look even better, but it's kind of limousine-esque. Black leather interior, again in really good condition as well. Coming to the front now, front passenger door card, again absolutely beautiful, all the little recesses in lovely condition. Front passenger seat, again very good condition as well. So finally, just to come to the driver's door card, again absolutely lovely. Electric window switches, electric memory seat buttons there as well, all in fabulous order. Driver's seat itself is in excellent condition, it really is. So sat inside the car now, engine's running through this section so the dashboard can be seen illuminated. Dash is in just beautiful condition, it really is, it looks pretty much as new. You see there, sat nav working absolutely perfectly. I'll pop the car into reverse. You get that lovely clear gridded rear camera on there as well, all in super order. All the switch gears are absolutely beautiful. If we come up into the dashboard, pan in there for you, 70,379 miles. As you can see there with the engine running, there are no warning lights at all on the dashboard. Multifunction steering wheel with cruise control, auto wipers. On this side here, functions for the radio and driver display and auto lights. And then you've got hands-free functions and voice activation down there. but the dashboard is in absolutely super condition. Just to quickly show you, owner's manual pack is here, plus very importantly the lock and wheel nut key. So finally, just to come under the engine bay, as always with Honda, they do present these really nicely. All the maintenance points are readily accessible, no sort of silly great plastic things to get in the way of doing basic maintenance. More of which in the following road test video. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 2.2 EX diesel. This particular car is registered EX62HRC, and mileage at the start of the video is 70,373 miles. Pardon me. The reason we do these videos is basically so that anyone that's looking at this car on an advert online actually gets to see that very car in operation. We know it can be very frustrating to go and travel many hours to see a car, to find out when you drive it's got a fundamental problem you should have been told about. So hence that's why we do it, and the video is critical, so if there's something that shows up on road test, we get to tell you about it before you come. Road tests are also done on these very quiet country roads, very close to our premises. We literally are just a few minutes off the motorway. You'd never believe it being out here, but it just makes for a very relaxing test drive. So coming to the car itself, clearly with a full Honda history, all done by the same dealer actually, just the one owner. It's, you know, the car was always going to drive well and it doesn't disappoint. Engine starts absolutely instantly, first push of the button, settles to completely smooth and even idle, and there's no fluctuations at all. It's exactly as it should be. No warning lights at all on the dashboard, by the way, and temperature gauge running as a third, which is exactly where it should be on a Honda car. The engines themselves, as I always say on these videos, I mean, they are lovely engines. They're very smooth, very quiet. Only realistically in the lower gears are you aware that it's actually a diesel on the move. You don't, because it's quiet, smooth, but also the power deliveries, unlike lots of diesels where this has power and torque through the whole of the rev band, whereas others I've driven, other manufacturers, sometimes you have kind of nothing, then loads of power, then nothing. Honda sort of give you a really good broad band of power for the vehicle, but it really is a fantastic engine. Engine then feeds through clutch and into gearbox. Clutch on the car is absolutely perfect, smooth and positive in actuation, and bite point is exactly where it should be. Gearbox, I've said it a million times, I mean, like this gearbox could be in one of Honda's sports cars. It's just such a lovely gearbox to use. Short in throw, really accurate. It's just such a joy to use. It reminds me of a gearbox from Honda's years ago actually, where they got this really lovely sort of short throw snick action, and it's an object lesson to other manufacturers in how to do a really good gear change, and I can't feel anywhere in the linkage at all. It's absolutely perfect. Steering of the car again just feels really tight and taut, very accurate, very positive in these cars. Track's absolutely bullet straight, there's no vibrations coming back through the steering wheel at all, at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit, so all good there. Chassis of the vehicle, what I'm looking for on road tests is basically, so when you hit a bump like there, the car makes a noise as it's meant to, but I just don't want to hear any kind of secondary sort of chatterings or knocking coming from underneath the car, and there's nothing at all. It's absolutely spot on. What Honda have done with the car is brilliant. I mean, it's the world's best-selling SUV, and you can see why, because they've got the balance between ride and taut handling absolutely spot on. So it's a very comfortable car to drive around in. Very well controlled suspension, but it's also good through the corners as well. It doesn't keel over, doesn't lurch, which can be very unpleasant, particularly for rear seat passengers. Brakes on the car, make sure no one's behind me. give it a good old shove, but they're really good. What I'm looking for is basically, especially on that initial press, that there's no vibrations or pulsing coming back through the brake pedal, and there's nothing on this car at all. And also the car pulls straight, it doesn't pull violently left or right, but everything's exactly as it should be on this car. Look around inside the car. These, they are fabulously well made cars. They really, really are. It's their build quality is absolutely second to none. Sorry, just get out this junction before. Yeah, the build quality is absolutely superb. It's just so well assembled. Even with 70,000 miles on the clock, the car pretty much feels like new in here. But the dashboard itself is a very, very well equipped car. I mean, it's pretty much everything you could possibly want is in the car, but it doesn't intimidate in any way. It's very simple to operate. See the sat nav's working absolutely perfectly. Air conditioning pumps out absolutely ice cold air, and you've got dual zone climate control, so you can have different temperatures side to side. Heated seats with warm and hot, and then obviously your auto lights, auto wipers, cruise control. Steering wheel pretty much looks and feels as new in hand as well. And the dashboard again is simplicity itself to look at and operate. It's just such a lovely car to drive around and own. I've lost count basically of how many I've had. I've had so many of these cars, but they are wonderful machines. They are of course four-wheel drive, albeit again Honda worked out really quickly that most people's driving will be in perfectly good conditions as I am today. Well, why do you want to have the four-wheel drive wearing away? All you're going to achieve with that is you're going to use more fuel, chew up your tyres more quickly, and put extra mechanical stress through the car. So in this car, there's no buttons to press, nothing at all. All that happens is if the front wheels lose grip, it automatically brings in the rear wheel drive. It's brilliant, so it gives you four-wheel drive. Absolutely seamless, and I've towed caravans across some pretty muddy fields and never come close to getting stuck with the car, or one of these cars. The other advantage, of course, of it is its simplicity makes them incredibly reliable. We have not so much as put a spanner on a four-wheel drive system that operates this system, and that includes many thousands of cars that we've sold over the last 20 years or so that will have used this system. So it is a very, very tough system indeed. As I said at the start of the video, the point of it is just to pick up on any obvious faults on the car when you're driving it, and there's nothing at all. It drives absolutely beautifully. Regardless of its mileage, actually, it just feels like a much, much, much younger car than that. Having said that, if I've missed something on the video, as always, please don't hesitate. Do give us a call.